Hello and welcome to Aston Villa Fan Club. Should Super Jack declare for the Republic of Ireland national team? In my humble opinion, yeah. It's the only way he's going to get international football since Southgate's clearly got some personal agenda against him. He had more Premier League goals, assists, fouls won and chances created, second only to Kevin De Bruyne by the way, and dribbles out of all the English midfielders this season. He's even carried the ball 14.1 kilometres. You can't tell me it's because he's not playing for a top six side, since Danny Ings, James Ward-Prowse, Declan Rice and Tyrone Mings will receive call-ups. Not to mention Calvin Phillips, who hasn't even sneezed in the direction of a Premier League start in his career, and he's the same age as Jack, 24, nearly 25. Southgate has just made a hypocrite of himself with his squad. He told Jack he needed to play Premier League football to be picked, which he has and excelled, getting 9 Sky Sports Man of the Match awards and 8 goals along with 6 assists and still no call-up. I also seem to recall he said Kyle Walker's England career was over, but he's been called up as well. What more does Jack have to do? I think it's clear Southgate has a personal agenda against Grealish, as his performances and club clearly aren't the problem, since players from clubs in and around our position have been picked, as well as players who have played nowhere near as well as Super Jack this season. But the thing is, if you're not picking him because of how good he is, pick him because he can play in many positions. Either wing, either side of wide midfield, attacking, central and defensive midfield, as well as a second striker or a false nine. He's being taken for granted by the Three Lions. I don't think Jack will feel the need to change his clubs. He'll have Mings and Heaton in his ear telling him that he can get picked playing at his Villa, that his level and performance isn't the problem, his club isn't the problem, Southgate's the problem because he's just not picking him. Again, I don't think he has to change his club to be at Euro 21. I think he has to change the country he's representing, because this isn't the first time this has happened. England have been neglecting quality players for years because of yes men in charge. Darren Bent, when he scored 20 goals in favour of teenage Theo Walcott, who hadn't even played a minute for Arsenal. Wilfred Zaha was forced to declare for Ivory Coast in favour of Andros Townsend. Gareth Barry constantly ignored even though he's quality. Even now, Bukayo Saka's heavily considering declaring for Nigeria, and rightly so. And many centre-halves have been neglected in favour of the unreliable top 6 defenders. The opportunity to play for Ireland is still open for Jack, and I think he should take it for the sake of his national career. I don't think he should have switched to England in the first place, and although he isn't on great terms with around 65% of the Irish fan base, I doubt they can play him with Jack Grealish in the midfield. I mean, come on, I was tipping Callum O'Hare to be a good option since their team's so starved of attacking talent. Imagine Jack Grealish. He'd revolutionise the boys in green, and the partnership of him and fan favourite Conor Horan may take us back to the days of Paul McGrath and Steve Staunton, where we had a huge Irish fan base with kids in Dublin growing up idolising the Villa captain. He grew up engulfed in Irish culture and even playing a lot of Gaelic football as a kid. One thing I know is that the FAI wouldn't take a player as special as Jack Grealish for granted like Southgate has, especially when the extent of their attacking genius is James McLean and Sean Maguire. Jack has bags and bags of undoubted ability, talent, potential, and Southgate's missing out every time he leaves him out of the squad. There has to be a point this season where Jack thinks enough is enough and declares for the Irish national team, because he needs to be on the big national stage. He's a quality player and he deserves international football, and if Southgate won't give it to him for whatever reason, Stephen Kenny will. I'm an avid supporter of the Irish national team, watch every game along with every England game, and I went mental when Ireland drew against Denmark. That Doherty goal was astonishing. And I'm confident they'll win the Euro playoffs and qualify, and Super Jack would be a quality addition to the squad for the summer of 2021. And if they look past the bias, I'm sure the majority of the Irish fans wouldn't turn down the idea of having the Aston Villa skipper in the number 10 role. So do you agree with me? Should Jack Grealish declare for Ireland, or Southgate come to his senses and give Jack his England debut? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, up the Villa.